Welcome back. So today we are continuing our study in Philippians, and today we start chapter 2. And so we are doing verses 1 through 4 today. And it says, if there therefore be any consolation in Christ, if any comfort of love, if any fellowship of the Spirit, if any bowels of mercies, fulfill ye my joy, that ye be like-minded, having the same love, being of one accord, of one mind. Let nothing be done through strife or vainglory, but in lowliness of mind let each esteem other better than themselves. Look not every man on his own things, but every man also on the things of others. And, so Paul is talking to the church here he's talking about unity and being of one mind. And when I was looking at that, in the notes on verse 2, it's talking about, it says not uniformity in thought, but the common disposition to work together and serve one another, the attitude of Christ. So being of one mind, having that mind of Christ, that's what he's talking about here. And when I look at that, I think about teamwork. And you have seen the teams that, they just work together. They work hard. They do everything they can do because they have the same goal in mind. They're working towards a common goal. I've been on teams in the past when I played ball, and I was on a team that we worked hard together, and we played hard together, and we worked together because we all wanted to win. And so we practiced hard, we worked hard, and we played hard. We all had that same goal in mind. I've also played on a team before where not everybody worked together. There were times I wondered why some of the girls even signed up to play, because they didn't care. They didn't care if we won. They didn't care how they did. They didn't care anything about it. So that only frustrated the rest of us because we were there to play, and we wanted to play and to win, and we wanted to do our best. And so when you have someone on the team that's not really pulling their weight, or they're not really trying, or they don't even want to be there, it makes it harder on everybody else. So that's what I think about when Paul talking here about unity and having that same common goal. And their common goal here was to spread the gospel, to think about others ahead of themselves. And their goal was to reach others, to bring others in, to have it all come to know Christ. And so that's the goal that they were working towards. And he's talking to them about working together and having that same mind of Christ, that love for him, that they just want to serve him and to bring others in. He also talks about putting others ahead of ourselves, not being self-centered, not what's in it for me. When you're on a team and you're playing ball, you don't need a player or a teammate that they're only there for themselves. They're wanting to see what's in it for me, or how can I excel, and it's all about I and not us. And so that's where unity in the church needs to be, is that they're working together and putting others ahead of themselves and trying to reach that common goal. And like I said, it's not uniformity. And then one of the other notes, it says Christians are to have an intense care and deep sympathy for each other. All of these benefits, encouragement, comfort, fellowship, tenderness, and compassion, are viewed by Paul as a present reality for the Philippians. So having that unity and that bond, you have encouragement, you have comfort, you have fellowship, you have compassion, you have all of these benefits that come from that togetherness and that bond that you grow when you're working on something together, when you're working towards that common goal. Just like a team wants to excel, and they bond, they have those bonds with each other they grow those friendships through playing their sport. You know, my son, both of them actually, both sons have friends even today that they were friends with when they played ball from years ago. They all still have remained friends. So there was that bond there that they grew because they worked together, and they were in the trenches, I guess you could say, because they did workouts, they practiced, they played, they did everything together. So they formed those bonds like what Paul is talking about here. And so that's the kind of unity that he's talking about, that we all benefit from. You know, and that's what it's saying, you know, we benefit from that unity and that bond that we create when we're working on something like that together and having that mind of Christ. And that's our goal, is to have that mind of Christ, to reach others, reach the lost, pull people in, to work, to be a part of it. So I hope that as you go through your week that you think about that, you think about that teamwork, you think about that goal that we have of reaching others for Christ. So I hope that you have a very good week, and until next time, I will see you later. Thanks, God.